In the time before concrete swallowed our villages, when the baobab still spoke to those who listened, there lived a woman named Amara in a compound where 3 families shared one courtyard. Amara had 2 friends she called sisters, Bola and Zainab. They plaited each other's hair under the mango tree. They ground pepper together at dawn. They shared secrets like kola nuts, bitter and binding. Amara was preparing to open a fabric shop. She had saved for 3 years, coin by coin, hidden in a calabash beneath her bed. She showed her sisters the location one Harmattan evening, trusting them as she trusted the sun to rise. But Bola's husband had debts. And Zainab's pride was hungrier than her belly. One night, while Amara slept after working late at the market, they crept into her room. They took everything. The calabash was empty by morning. When Amara discovered it, she ran to Bola's door. "Sister, my savings." Bola's eyes were stones. "Perhaps you miscounted. Perhaps you spent it foolishly." She ran to Zainab. "Please, you know I wouldn't." Zainab laughed, sharp as broken glass. "Always the victim, Amara. Always looking for someone to blame." By afternoon, whispers crawled through the compound like army ants. Amara is lying. Amara is jealous. Amara is going mad. The elders believed Bola and Zainab. After all, they were new rappers now, gold thread catching the light. They must be blessed. Amara stood in the center of the compound, betrayal burning in her chest. Everyone waited for her to scream, to curse, to crumble. She did none of these things. She looked at the moon, full and watching, and she disappeared. Amara traveled to the city, to her uncle's cramped room in Mushin. She wept until no tears came. She let herself break completely, alone, where no one could use her pain as entertainment. She took work at a roadside buka, serving jollof rice to bus drivers. Her hands blistered from hot pots. She said nothing. She listened. She learned who needed what, who paid well, who respected hustle. With her first small savings, she bought fabric off-cuts from the market, scraps no one wanted. At night, she sewed them into head wraps and laptop bags. Modern designs with Ankara sew. A businesswoman at the buka noticed her bags. "You made this." She ordered 10. Then 20. Amara's hands flew across the fabric like her grandmother's prayers. She took a free digital marketing class at a community center. She learned to take photos that made fabric look like sunlight. She learned words like brand and platform and scale. She created an Instagram page, Amara Textiles. Each post was poetry, rich colors, clever captions, her grandmother's proverbs woven into modern style. The followers came slowly, then quickly, then like flood water. She attended a small business expo with borrowed confidence. She smiled until her face hurt. She collected business cards. She learned that success was not magic, it was showing up when no one was watching. A boutique in Lekki ordered 100 pieces. Amara hired 3 tailors from her old village, women who needed work, who remembered kindness. She paid them fairly. Loyalty, she learned, was its own currency. A lifestyle blogger featured her work. Orders flooded in from London, New York, Johannesburg. Amara moved into a small shop in Ikeja. She painted it the color of sunset. She launched a fashion line. The collection was called Patience. Every piece took time to make, no shortcuts, no rush stitching. The reviews called her a revelation. She bought a car, nothing flashy, but hers. She rented a 2-bedroom flat with a balcony. She stood there at night, watching the moon, counting down. She practiced a smile in the mirror. Not bitter. Not angry. Serene. Unreachable. She rehearsed her words until they felt like silk, smooth, beautiful cotton. Amara drove back to the village on a Saturday, when the market was fullest. She wore white, the color of spirits and new beginnings. Her earrings caught the sun. Her face was carved from peace. The compound went silent when she stepped out of her car. Bola was there, wrapper faded, eyes tired. Her husband's death had only grown. Zainab stood beside her, the gold thread on her clothes now unraveling, her face tight with envy that had eaten her from inside. Amara didn't rush. She greeted the elders with proper respect. She handed out fabric to the grandmothers and sweets to the children. She moved through the compound like a queen visiting a memory. Finally, she stopped at the mango tree where they used to sit. Bola spoke first, voice small. "Amara, you look well." "I am well," Amara said, her voice honey and iron. "Very well." Zainab forced a laugh. "What brings you back to this dusty place? Surely you're too big for us now." Amara smiled. It didn't reach her eyes. "I came to thank you." Silence. "Thank you for showing me who you were before I gave you anything important. Thank you for stealing my money instead of my business or my name. Thank you for teaching me that some people are only in your life to show you what not to become." Bola's eyes filled with tears. "Amara, we were desperate." "You were thieves," Amara said simply. "And I was naive. But I learned. I rebuilt. And now look at us." She gestured between them, Bola's worn wrapper, Zainab's bitter face, and her own radiant composure. "You took my coins. I used the lesson to build an empire. So truly, thank you. I couldn't have done it without you." She turned to leave, then paused. "Oh. I'm opening a training center for young women who want to learn tailoring and business. It will be in the next village. Free classes. I'll be teaching resilience, among other things." She looked directly at them. "You're welcome to come. But I doubt you'd like the first lesson. Trust is earned, not stolen." The story of Amara spread like fire in Hamatan. People spoke of the woman who didn't curse, who didn't scream, who simply disappeared and returned home. Parents told their daughters, "This is how you win. Not with noise, but with patience." Bola eventually apologized, a real apology, on her knees. Amara accepted it with the same serenity she'd cultivated over 12 moons. She didn't forget, but she no longer carried it. Zainab never apologized. She watched from the corners as Amara's success grew, her own bitterness becoming her prison. And Amara. She looked at the full moon on the anniversary of her betrayal and smiled. Some revenge is best served cold. Hers was served luminous. The best revenge is not destruction, it's transformation. While they stole her coins, she built wealth they could never touch. While they whispered lies, she let her success speak. 12 moons of patience turned betrayal into fuel. The moon remembers everything, but it doesn't rush. Neither should you. If you enjoyed this story, like and subscribe for more.